What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. It is a beautiful August 9th morning. It is my birthday, but more importantly, it is the Houston Texans preseason game, the first one against the Minnesota Vikings. We're going to be getting into who will play, who might play, some speculation, and a little bit of facts coming from Aaron Wilson himself on his latest article. We're going to get into all of that and much more, but first, a word from our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Loyalty Auto Care in Pearland. You need a mechanic you can trust. Head over to my boys at Loyalty Auto Care in Pearland. They have the most honesty, reliability, and customer-focused people in the business. So go ahead and check them out. It's where I send my car every single time, and it's where you're going to send your car to. Your car's new favorite team at Loyalty Auto Care. Let them know Harley sent you, and you get yourself a 10% discount because that's how they treat you. Loyalty Auto Care, driven by trust, powered by loyalty. All right, guys, make sure you are subscribed to The Lead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. We are on the road to 15,000 subscribers. Super appreciative of every single one of y'all that has liked, commented, and subscribed. So go ahead, swarm that like button, swarm the comment section. Go ahead and wish me a happy birthday if you feel it. But more importantly, go ahead and drop a swarm in the chat if you're feeling a Texans preseason game. I cannot wait to see the Texans take on the Minnesota Vikings. It is on the road, but we might be able to see some of the starters. But according to Aaron Wilson, and this is the bigger one, the backups are primarily going to play. And that's something we already knew heading into this. The only thing we don't necessarily know is how long CJ Stroud and the starters are going to be playing this game. The Minnesota Vikings have themselves a good front seven. I was curious to see if Brian Flores' defense, and he's the defensive coordinator, how many of these guys are going to start. And if they are starting, I want my starting offensive line at least to the best, possibility, because Cam Robinson obviously is not going to be playing this game. So the O-line, I wanted to see how they would fare against a Jonathan Grenard, against a Andrew Van Ginkel, against a Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargraves and Harrison Phillips. Like, that's a good front four right there, front five, I guess, since they're a 3-4 specifically. But you get what I'm saying. The Vikings have a good defensive line. They caused a lot of havoc for us last year. I wanted to see if this offensive line can hold their weight a little bit, give CJ time in the pocket. All I need to see is a series, a drive. I don't mind seeing I would just wanted to see some success, actually. I don't mind seeing the starters out there. I have no, complaints on it. I prefer to see the starters out there. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Let me know in the comments. But CJ Stroud and the starters, I want to see them at least out there for what I said, a series, a drive. They don't have to go no longer than that. If they have a bad drive, and I mean horrible, just not look good, 3-and-out, and they didn't even move the ball an inch, I need to see them out there again. But I'd understand if they don't do that. It's the first preseason game, and like Aaron Wilson reported, the backups are primarily going to play. The starters will play sparingly. So I don't expect CJ Stroud and the first team for the Texans. If they do play, I don't see them playing for much long. Davis Mills should get a lot of run, as well as Kadon Slovis, as well as the rookie Graham Mertz. All three of those guys are going to get a lot of action today. Davis Mills might get the whole first quarter, and maybe that's it. Slovis for the second quarter, or halfway into the second quarter, or however they want to do it. I don't see Mills getting a whole half just because you have another quarterback there in Graham Mertz. So some backups, though, that I will be telling y'all to keep an eye out for. Xavier Hutchinson, the wide receiver group specifically, is going to be a battle. Xavier Hutchinson has had a great camp up to so far. Very, very curious to see how he performs today. Undrafted rookie Daniel Jackson, he's making a homecoming today. He went to the University of Minnesota, and they're on the road at Minnesota. So Daniel Jackson, somebody who has really impressed me in his small time there in training camp. He's looked really good, actually. Solid hands. He's made some plays here and there. I'm very curious to see how he looks today as well. Some of the offensive line depth pieces, some of the backups, I'm curious to see. I want to know how they look against guys that just aren't wearing the steel blue and opposing team's color for once, and we get to beat up someone else for once and not in practice. So that's what I'm very curious to see, is those guys right there. The running back position, want to see some Woody Marks. How did they utilize him today? Nick Caley's offense and everything. As much as we want to see the starters, there's a lot of other guys that I am very interested in seeing with the wide receiver battle right there. The running back battle, Dameon Pierce should be playing today. Don't expect Nick Chubb to play. I wouldn't expect him to play at all. Dameon Pierce possibly. Woody Marks for sure. Jawar Jordan has looked good. British Brooks has looked good, but especially Jawar Jordan. I want to see how he looks today as well. Does he get some runs at special teams too? Jalen Noel in special teams has looked really good in camp. How does that translate to the game? We're going to get to see him and Jaden Higgins, both rookies. Not sure for how long. Nola will get more run than Higgins, but who knows? They're still rookies, and I just want to see some good stuff from the offense. Defensively, I'm not expecting a lot. I don't want the starters to be playing. They're comfortable. They're good. I already know that that's a top 5 unit, and I don't really need to see anything from them. If they want a play or two, they can have a play or two, but that's about it. The biggest one for me, Jalen Smith, the rookie out of USC, been super impressive in camp. Miles Bryant has looked really good. Traymon Smith has looked really good. The Houston Texans, they have some DBs out there. Damon Arnett, this is a big preseason for him. If he wants to make this roster, he hasn't looked that good so far. I'm just being honest. Hopefully, maybe the game and preseason, maybe it's a bit different for him, but Jalen Smith has looked really, really good. The linebacker room, Jamal Hill, not Lamar Hill, Jamal Hill, the linebacker from last year out of, I believe it was from Oregon. He was a safety converted to a linebacker. I want to see what he has. He has a lot of potential, super fast guy. Maybe he's just a special teams guy ultimately, but I just want to see how he looks today as well. The Texans got some pieces to watch out for. Keontae Hamilton, unfortunately, has that fractured ankle, possibly won't play in the season. He was a 7th-round pick for the Texans. That sucks to hear, but it is what it is. After that, I don't know anyone else that's really coming up in my mind right now. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. Did I miss anybody? Who are you looking for? What are you looking for? And how interested are you and invested are you in watching the whole preseason game? You can catch myself and Ruben on Bleacher Report immediately after the game is over. We will be live on Bleacher Report, so make sure you don't miss that. If you got anything else in the comment section, drop it down below. You know I'll reply. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.